Hello, friends. Your old Uncle Andy here, the UC Panda himself, coming to you on a Thursday night, February 20th, with what we believe are some winning sports picks. Going to get right into it here. I know most of these games tip off here shortly at 7 o'clock, so we want to get everybody going and get these winners out to you. Not a great for us night for us last night, unfortunately. And of course, we would have to lay an egg on the first night of our collaboration with our new friends on Twitter. That's the way it goes. But we're here, we're in a bounce back spot. We've done our homework and we are ready. Again, be wary tonight of the NBA. It's a full card. I wouldn't go betting a lot of these games. Same thing NHL. It's a full card on Saturday. I think every team may be in action on Saturday as the All-Star break winds down. I wouldn't bet a lot on any of these games. I do have small NBA position tonight, but I would not go bonkers with it. Um, and another just word of note here in the NHL and the NBA alike, teams that were bad the first half of the season, they're going to be bad the second half of the season. Teams that were maybe sort of out over their skis a little, maybe playing beyond their potential, they're probably going to regress to the means. Teams that were good and we are perennially good are going to remain good. The Cavaliers, I don't think, are going to fall apart in the NBA, for example. In the NHL, however, I think the Canadiens, the Flyers, they're out over their skis a little bit. I think they may regress back to the mean. Some of these teams that maybe were strong in the NHL for the first half, I think they're going to remain so. Maybe people like Tampa, people like that. So I think a great example is tonight, the Cavaliers and the Nets. While I'm not really betting the Cavaliers, I didn't feel like laying 13 points coming out off vacation for these guys. I do think the Cavs are going to win. I do have a small position on them to come out and play well. They're certainly a very well coached team, and they're not going to become a team that is not well coached in the span of just a week. So keep on following us over at Uncle Andy Sports on Twitter, and we'll keep giving you the winners. Probably will not have time for a video tomorrow. So definitely, if you want the plays, hit us up on Twitter. And if you have not done so yet, please follow my friend Babaluke1787 also on Twitter as we enjoy the fruits of our new collaboration. As mentioned, I do have a bet in the NBA tonight, just one. It was a no sweat bet, a little chalky, but I am going to take the Cavaliers in the race to 5 points. So we'll flip that game on and hopefully have something good happen in the first few minutes. It's going to be 2 units, no sweat. I do think the Cavs are going to come out, play correctly. The Nets, they have nothing to play for. I don't think they're going to be particularly impressed about having to go back to work, just as you wouldn't be after a week off. So Cavaliers all the way. In the NHL Four Nations tournament, I really hope I'm wrong, but I do think Canada is going to pull this thing out. I would love for USA to win, but here's what I think is going to happen. Here's my cap. I think first period, these teams are going to sort of throw caution to the wind. I think you're going to see a couple goals like we saw Saturday night. There were a couple goals scored in the first period. There was a goal in the first 10 minutes. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I do foresee a first period over. And then I think the teams are going to lock it down. I think in the second period, it's going to be an under. I don't think there's going to be a goal at all scored in the second period. If you want my honest opinion about it, I think that everybody's going to tighten it up. Third period, it's hard to predict with open nets and these coaches are crazy. They'll pull the goalie with 4 minutes left. And if they're down 2 or 3 goals, they'll pull him anyway. Um, Over under 5.5, that's a tough one. Again, because of this open net stuff that goes on at the end. I'll tell you what, though, if we see a couple first easy goals in the first period that score really quickly, live bet this thing under because I bet the number will be 6.5 or 7, maybe even 7.5, depending if we see bang bang goals maybe within the first 5 minutes. I think things will tighten up, and I don't think the num. I think it may get over the 5.5. That's a total coin flip. I don't think it gets much over 6, 6.5. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's going to be 3-2 Canada, 3-1 Canada. Hope I'm wrong, but definitely, if we see a couple quick hitters in the first period, grab that under at the tease number. It's better certainly than laying an alternate price before the game on under 7.5 that you could get during the game at -110, -125. If you were to bet -7.5 now, it'd probably cost you $3. So that's my advice on the NHL this evening. We do have a couple juice reducer parlays going. First of all, with San Francisco, Southeast Missouri State, and Santa Barbara. I really do like this particular juice reducer parlay. I think all three of these should come in. And we're going to go ahead and pair it up with Lemoyne. I do like them tonight. You could probably lay the 1.5 if you wanted to. Money line, they're minus 160, but I got them on the money line in this parlay at plus 109. So now listen to this. They're playing St. Francis of Pennsylvania, not a very good team at all. St. Francis this year is 3 and 13 straight up as an away team, and they are 3 and 15 straight up this year as an underdog. So I like Lemoyne. Lemoyne 6 and 5 at home, decent conference record. We'll roll with Lemoyne. Same thing with Queens. We did take them on the money line. It's a little chalkier to minus 132, but I do like them against Austin P. Listen to this about Austin P. They're 3 and 11 straight up as a road team and 6 and 13 this year straight up as an underdog. So it does not bode well for the Governors. The Queens, however, this is in Charlotte. If in case anybody was wondering, it's not Queens in New York City, but it's Queens in Charlotte, the fake Queen City. The real Queen City is Cincinnati. But Queens straight up this year, they're 9 and 4 at home. They're 11 and 1 as a favorite, and they're 10 and 5 straight up in conference play. So go ahead and take Queens. A lot of you are probably wondering, what's this? SIUE. Is that one of these government agencies that Doge is after? No, it is not. It's the University of Southern Illinois at Edwardsville. I have to get my names right there. But no, SIUE, it's not a labor union. It's not a government agency. It's a college in Southern Illinois. And we do like them to go ahead and win the game tonight against Moorhead. I know it's on the road. That's why I didn't want to lay the 3 points and eat that chalk. But Moorhead is mired in a 5-game losing streak, not playing at all well in recent weeks. So we're going to go ahead and take SIUE. They're in pretty good form. And I've got the game capped as SIUE winning this thing 72 to 66. Same thing, I do like Northern Arizona tonight at home. This is one of my special teams. It's always been good to me over the years. Some of these weird teams, Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado, Eastern Washington, places you've never heard of. But I do like Northern Arizona tonight. They beat Idaho on January 25th. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings with Idaho. And Idaho, they are not doing very well this year straight up. They're 6 and 14 as a dog, and they are and Arizona, Northern Arizona, meanwhile, is 9 and 3 at home straight up. So we're going to go ahead and go with Northern Arizona. Got another juice reducer parlay with Maryland. I love them tonight at home against USC. I like Arkansas Little Rock. I think you could probably lay the points with Little Rock if you wanted to, but we'll go ahead and throw them in this juice reducer parlay as well as San Francisco, the Dons. I really like Little Rock because straight up they're 8 and 4 at home this year. They're 11 and 5 as a favorite. They beat Longwood a few weeks ago, beat them by 32 points. So now your crazy cappers are going to say, well, this is a revenge angle for Longwood and all this stuff. Longwood is not going to overcome a 32-point deficit. Longwood, I don't even think they're going to be in the ball game. They are 1 and 10 straight up this year as an away team and 5 and 12 this year as an underdog. So I wouldn't fear too much from Longwood. And we're going to pair that with Northwestern and Ohio State to go over. This is going to be a free roll for us. This, I think, is a really good bet. It's been bet up. The total has started this morning at 143.5 points when I was looking at it early this morning in the wee morning hours. And it has been bet up since to like 144.5, 145 in some places. So definitely all the money coming in on over, public money, square money. Um, but Northwestern 8 and 0 this year to the over as an away team, 11 and 2 as an underdog, and 13 and 2 in conference play to the over. So this is not Northwestern football. Ohio State, meanwhile, more 50-50 on all their over-unders on the year, but they are 8 and 7 this year to the over at home. So we're going to go ahead and roll with it, maybe flip it on the TV and see what we see. Like Georgia Southern tonight and the points going on the road at Appalachian State. Teased it up 212.5. And if you're wondering on the screen for all my new viewers, those parentheses are what these teased numbers would be if I was not including them in the parlay. So in the case of Georgia Southern, if I wanted them at just plus 12.5, I certainly wouldn't get that at plus 108 at plus money. It would be minus 210. But because it's in a juice reducer parlay, we are getting it at the plus 108 price. So these are really good bets. Now, the people that hate parlays and call us parlay lunatics and whatnot, they'll say, well, what if Maryland loses? Or what if Little Rock loses? That's life. We saw last night a couple things just didn't go our way. I think the three bets we lost were lost by a combined, I think it was 6.5 points. So, all it takes is a couple of things to go our way, and we'd be talking about a winner last night, and I think we'll be talking about winners here. But certainly, Georgia Southern, I think, is going to be the way to go. Um, the last time Georgia Southern lost a game by 9 points or more, which is the actual spread, we got them at 12 and a half, was January 11th. And the last time Appalachian State won a game was over a month ago as well on January 16th. So Georgia Southern has also covered the number in the last 5 games in their meetings with Appalachian State. So we're going to go with Georgia Southern. Love Central Connecticut tonight. They were a little chalkier than I wanted them to be. I think maybe you could probably lay the 12 if you wanted, but we've got them to win the first half and to win the ball game. In UTEP, Kennesaw State, we're going to go ahead and go with an under here. No, we don't usually go too many unders, but I do like this game to remain under. Um, I've got it capped at 70 to 71. It's a toss-up game, and I think it stays under the number of 148 and a half. I think it stays under on its own. It didn't need teasing, but it just felt a little bit better to me to go ahead and tease the number up to the 154 and a half. Conference game late in the year, and I think it stays under. That's all for me. Let's get these plays posted. Look forward to a good old glorious Friday tomorrow and a good old glorious weekend. We hope everybody enjoys it. And if you tail us to the window, we will cash tickets together. Have a good night, everybody.